Welcome back, everyone, to an episode here today, and we're going over my settings in Modern Warfare. I'm trying to help you guys out with your guys' settings, because there's a lot of settings in here that you can fix, and it will change your game immensely. So we'll get right into it. First off, I play on controller, and I like to play tactical on controller. So my right stick is where I slide, dive, and all that, and then my circle button is my melee button. And then I do also flip my L1 and R1 to the top, so I shoot on the top because them have springs that are shorter than the bottom, so it doesn't take as much to fire. So you're going to be firing earlier, and you're not going to be losing as many gunfights just because you have to press that in. And then I keep my stick layout default. I just like the way it is. Controller vibration, it can be on or off. I like to have a little. I like it because it makes me sense like, okay, something's happening, but you really can turn it off. It wouldn't matter. Trigger effect, I like to have this on weapon fire threshold. It does take in like your resistance and vibration, not this dead zone. So if you just want like not like if you just want to like have it where like as long as it passes that dead zone tap, I mean you can put it on full hapmatics, and that will take in like your resistance. Like if you just graze it, it won't fire, but like with the weapon fire threshold, as soon as it puts that much pressure for your threshold, it's gonna fire. So I want that because like most of the time, if I'm going to be pressing it, I'm going to want it to fire. I personally play on 10, both of them. I think the base is like 5 or something like that, but this is all personal preference for you. You have to figure out which one you like. I wouldn't recommend just going right. I would slowly like make my way to 7. Then after you get play like the game and you're like, okay, I think I can go faster, go to 8. Then go to 9. Don't just pick 10 right away, and it's going to take a lot to get used to. It's easier to get used to if you just bump it up one. ADS 1. These are all 1. These are all standard for me. Aim down sight. You can have automatic sprint off. I play with CDL rules a lot, and it's banned to have auto sprint on, so that's why I always have it on off. And then interact and reload. I like tap to reload. You can prioritize reload. Them are the only two I would run because you always want to tap to reload. You can always hold to like open a door, but I always want to tap and a reload no matter what. And then armor plate, apply all. Advanced, you want to make sure your aim assist is on. I recommend the Black Ops, and then the dynamic response curve. It really helps it. It makes it more snappy for you, especially if your SMG makes it way more snappy, snapping onto someone. So that's what I run. Your dead zones down here, this is fully up to you. I would go. You can go in like a private match and set them. Like your left stick, like just set it all down to like 2, and then if you're still moving around, bump it up, then bump it up more, then bump it up. I wouldn't go down to 1 because then you're gonna be like moving without touching your stick, but I would definitely lower them because that will make your stick inputs way faster, and you don't have to wait for it to happen. I have it on toggle, auto move forward, off, my tactical sprint, double tap, and then partial, and then just a couple other stuff here, not very much else to come. Oh yes, weapon mount. You want this on short. I don't know why there's a long option or anything. You want to make sure it's on short, so it's gonna be the shortest distance to get there, then you can get right off of it. And then we'll get on to graphics. If your game is lagging, you could turn this off, and it technically won't look as good, but it will perform way better with that turned off. Motion blur, you want off. Weapon blur, you want off. Film grain, I like to just have mine around 25. That's the base. And I don't like to have it really high because, I mean, it's Call of Duty. I'm not really looking to, like, have a really high definition, like, detail. As long as it's good, that's good for me. Depth of view, I have off because it blurs stuff out when, like, if you're looking, it'll blur out, like, to your left and like really focus in where you're looking. I don't like that because I want to see to my left good. Your cast off, potentially strength 1. Field of view, this is really preference, but I would recommend not going to 120. I would recommend around a 95, 90. It's a good medium range that you're not like, that doesn't feel like the enemy's tiny, but you can also see a lot more. I always go affected right here. As you see over there, aiming down sights zooms to a value closer. Um, I like it to be closer in my sights so I can use iron sights better. And so if you want to use iron sights, I would do affected. I just prefer affected over independent, but you have to kind of play with that. And then field of view, I like wide because my weapon looks smaller, so I can see around my weapon way more, so don't miss as many people. And then your first person camera, you want at least 50%. You do not want to put it up to 100. You want to lower these values. Um, it just the movement, it just doesn't. It will create more movement for you, and it shakes more, but you'll feel it just gonna make you faster. And then we'll go to audio. Personally, I think headphone bass boost is the best because it just makes the footsteps way louder. I always play master volume 100. Music I turn down. I have it at 50 just for campaign, but really you can turn music all the way down in the game. I like to turn dialogue up a little bit because I can hear what's happening in the game, like if someone captured the objective or an enemy throws a sticky and someone says it, I can kind of run away. I kind of know. And effects I have down to 40 because when VTOLs are in the air and all you hear is their gun firing, it's really annoying. So I turn that down. I have my hit marker volume all the way up because I want to know if I'm hitting them. And mono audio, I personally run it because I want to know if the people are to my left or to my right, not just if you have it off, you just hear it out loud, but you don't hear the direction. Mono audio lets you know what the direction is coming from, so that really helps me. I play with subtitles on so I can kind of read what's going on down there, and then I have it on larger so I can see. And then voice chat, you can kind of play with them as much as you want. And down to the interface, I have it on larger. Color customization. This is personal preference, but filter. There's a lot of people that run filters. It's just like filter 1. There's different colors as you see. Then filter 2. Filter 2 is what nearest I run to. I like the border pink color. I like the border pink color. The team I want blue, and then me it's just white on there. But I like the pink because it really stands out, and I still have blue because that's my team, and then green just for my team too. But you can go on here and if you want world, it will do the world too for you instead of just the interface, and then you can do how much intense color you want or interface and all that. But I personally changed these to go. You can see you even got more down here, but I personally like the pink. It just makes it vibrant and it's easier to see the enemy because that red is a little dark, so this is just a brighter version for me. And then subtitles I always have on, and then your HUD down here, make sure your main map is on square. I personally like the rotation, so when I see it, I'm always looking forward on the mini map. Crosshairs, I personally have them off, but I'll show you why later, why I have them off. Hit marker visuals, I like to know if I hit them. And then I like to know when I have that kill on them. I like the full name so I can see the player more. And then your down here center dot. I just have a center dot on. It really cleans up your interface when moving around. And I have the center dot on larger, so it's a dot in the middle, but it's bigger. And I really like it. Instead of having the hip fire little crosshairs, I like just have the plain little dot on it. And that is all my settings. Let me know down below what your guys' settings are, what you guys recommend down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.